Howdy, y'all. Voodoo here. Wow. Alright. Yes, I'm still a Raiders fan. Though the hat reads backwards. Not much I can do about it. Yes, I'm still a Raiders fan. Yes, the shirt reads backwards. Not much I can do about that either. For those of you who are using Streamlabs, good luck to you. Sooner or later, they're going to change the rules and change the game and change the system in such a way that it's going to screw you. No big deal. Alright. Oh, hey, by the way, yes. I'm still a Raiders fan. Sorry, Steph and Skip. I will always be a Raiders fan. Though I will have a red door. Just for those Chiefs. And if we look at it closely, here in the reflection of the glasses, you might be able to see that my tripod is actually a red chair. Anyways, just wanted to make sure I say Okay, there it is. That's where it shows up. I gotta try and make sure that I can do this. So I am playing with the colors a little bit. Mostly because, oh, I don't even want to mess with that. Nope. Oh, whatever that is. Nope. Alright. I don't know how to play with the colors of my words, so I've got to make sure that I'm not anywhere where I've got a white background. I'm going to take some playing with. No big deal. I'll take care of it. It is a little after 11 o'clock. I am late for what I wanted to do, but it is damn near Thanksgiving. For any of y'all who are having to do your last minute Thanksgiving shopping, I'm going to suggest you save this live for later and you do what you got to do, because let's be honest, you're going to run out of time. You keep wasting hours with me. And I want you to be here for Friday. And I want you to be here for Thursday. But this ain't Thursday and this ain't Friday. Oh, I want you to be here on Saturday. This ain't Saturday either. I'm expecting to have all-time record low viewership. That's okay. I accept that. In a C&D tin repurposed for my pound of tobacco, I dip a little into the can and I smoke it. That keeps me from opening the pound of tobacco more than about 5 times. When it gets down to that 5th time that I've opened the pound of tobacco, I fill up every can that I've got. Some of it goes into the mixing. My normal one is Mountain Camp, except for it's not Mountain Camp. It is a Repurposed tin. Why not use them? Now, anybody who is still here that is under the age of 21, you have the opportunity to leave. Should you not leave, you are basically implying that you have given consent that anything that comes out of my mouth is not going to offend you or cause you concern in any way. For the rest of you who are over the age of 21, if you're easily offended, you might want to leave too. Because this is voodoo and I don't give a damn. All right. Back to what we're talking about. Let's just be honest. Here we go. Thursday at 6:30 my time, which is Central Time. And we're not on daylight time anymore. Mike from Briar Blues goes live. So 1 hour previous of that, which is 5:30 my time on Thursday. If you're having an issue, that would be 6:30 Eastern, 4:30 Mountain, and 3:30 West Coast time. Why Mike goes with the 30-minute? I think it's because for him it's comfortable. I'm okay with it. I'm great with it. If you don't like it, talk to Mike. I'm going to be tailgating for an hour in front of Mike. This is going to be a good opportunity for you to select some pipes, select some tobacco, select some alcohol, select a nice comfortable chair, and select to tell the world that they need to get the hell away from you for the next 3 hours. If you start with my show, you might need 4. Depends upon how many hours Mike wants to run. Should you happen to light a pipe right there at the last couple of minutes of Mike's show, and he's done a short show, for him that's 2 hours, don't be surprised if you suddenly see me saying, hey, jump back in for the post-show cool down. Why not? We can tailgate twice in one show. It's fine. Mike's show. Entertaining, informative, probably one of the best shows on the internet that comes on a regular basis. Should Mike ever need somebody to fill in, I'm pretty sure that I can't do it. I mean, I'm just not as knowledgeable or as skilled as Mike is. Now, there's some subjects that I am, but the subjects that people like to jump on and talk with Mike about, I'm not. So if Mike needs someone to fill in, I'm willing to give it my best. But it won't be good like Mike's show. Okay. We know this. It's hard to be as good as Mike. He's smooth, polished. He's professional. He's like a scalpel. I'm like a Louisville Slugger. I'll hit you in the head. It'll get the job done. Perfect? Nope. Not going to happen. Not on Mike's show either, according to Mike. But you're a lot closer to it on Mike's show than mine. Okay. Skip forward. Oh, about 15 hours. Let's go to 4 o'clock my time. Again, that's Central. Chad comes on. So guess what happens at 3 o'clock my time? I jump in. 3 o'clock my time, I'm going to jump in, do it. Do a nice little quick hour. Why do I call it a quick hour? It's still an hour. Well, it's a quick hour when you consider that the Chad hour lasts 3 hours. Chad, you amaze me. I'm not sure how in the hell you keep an hour show going for 3 hours, but you do, and you do a wonderful job on it. Why is this important? Well, because Chad, if I ever have to fill in for Chad, I'm going to try. I don't know as much about music. I'm going to get some bands wrong. But I'm willing to give it a shot. That's the great thing about tailgating. I'm always available to fill in if I can. What do I mean by if I can? Well, if the machine won't let me, it ain't happening. So, Chad, you keep them coming, buddy. I'm going to keep trying to fill in and tailgate for you. Now, Chad's show is a 3-hour tailgate, basically, for Cane Rod. Well, who's Cane Rod? Cane Rod is another mic. If you don't know who Cane Rod is, we need to get you educated pretty quickly, up to speed. Cane Rod's got a nice little show. Comes on at, right about the same time Chad jumps off. And it goes for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Entertaining show, really good guy. A lot of good people, interviews, stuff going on that show. Directly after his show, or sometimes somewhere right off in the middle of his show, Over a Pipe comes on. So far we have gone from 3 o'clock Central, which is 4 o'clock Eastern and 1 o'clock Western, to 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Western, and we're now going to go for another hour and a half, sometimes till 10 o'clock my time, which is 11 o'clock Eastern, which is 8 o'clock Western. And there's a whole lot of time zones out there, so please, if you're not in one of those American time zones, if you will start letting me know, I will do some math and I will keep it in a logbook for these times that are going to sit and basically hold steady. I will familiarize myself with them so that I can try and help you, the viewers. But if I don't know what time zone you're in, or at least which country you're in, and if your country has 2 time zones or more, it could be a little difficult. So if you want your time zone represented here on the Voodoo Review Rundown show, please let me know. You have 4 or 5 opportunities every week, and I do not mind trying to help y'all out. Okay. Let's remind ourselves one real simple thing. Over a Pipe. Right now we're trying to get him up to 50 viewers. For 50 viewers, at any time, his show during the process of his show hits 50 viewers or more, he's given away a partially smoked tin of McClellan's Frog on a Log. If you don't know what McClellan's Frog on a Log is, you need to go into eBay and start trying to find it. I dare you. It was packed in 2017 by McClellan's. It got opened 2 or 3 weeks ago now. He's keeping it in good condition, but he is going to smoke a little bit. The sooner we get to 50, the more one person's going to win of that 10. Now for the kicker. If we get to 60, there's a tamper going in. Have you seen Larry Blackett's tampers? How about the one that looks like a 410? Well, Phil from Briar Report sent Martin some tampers. Guess what? Oh, they're beautiful. They're heavy. They're so nice. You really want one. But we got to get to 60. Last week, Mike from Briar Blues said if we get to 60, he'd throw something in that is new and Briar. I don't know if that deal's still going. But the frog of the tamper alone is worth getting it to 60. If Mike is still going to throw in that new and Briar, and nobody knows what it is, this is crazy that we're not at 70 already. Not my fault. Okay, so let's call it 10 o'clock Central. Martin's show ends. Oh, hey, Mark. Not a problem. If you're watching the chat box, yes, Martin tells me thanks for the shout out. I don't miss Martin's show. If you want to see me talking trash to Martin, then be prepared, because I'm there and I at least think he knows that I'm just joking around. I think he knows. Well, he ought to know. Yes, Martin, I love your show. Even the dad jokes. There's been a few that I've actually laughed about. 2 guys walk into a bar. Third one ducked. All right. When Martin's show... when Martin's show finally ends, we've got a little bit of a wait. 11 o'clock my time, Steph and Skip go on. That's important because 10 o'clock my time, I'm supposed to be tailgating so that Steph and Skip can come on and have a full crowd. If you've been missing out on Steph and Skip's show, think music, and really it's the only show where 2 people sit side by side on a regular basis and actually converse and still converse with their audience. There's some shows that do it, but it's not really regular, and sometimes it's a bunch of split screen stuff. So this is actually 2 people that live together and can sit next to each other and still talk. Welcome to COVID. Ugh. Now, they might not be doing it this week. No, not on After You. After You as in like almost 12 hours after you. Actually, 13 hours after you. Yes, 13 hours after Martin at Over a Pipe. if he ends at 10 at my time, ooh, so that's 12 hours later is me. 13 hours later is Steph and Skip. Yes. 13. Lucky number 13. Just ask Chad about his Friday Savinelli. Lucky number 13. So, we get to Steph and Skip. They're going to come on for about an hour right out of El Paso in the Mountain Time Zone. Wait, they go on at 11 their time. So I'm going on at 11 my time. No, I'm not using Streamlabs anymore because there's a video of me showing using a screen recorder and using Streamlabs. It took me 7 minutes and I never got online. That was after I started filming. That was after the 5 or 6 minutes that I sat just waiting for it to log in and actually go on. Nope, it just said anybody ever seen a boiler inspector wait? We're not very good at waiting. You tell me the boiler's going to be open at 12 o'clock, I'm going to be there at 11:30. You tell me that it's going to be all ready to go at a certain time, I'm going to be there. Short of dying, kidney stones, or massive car failure, I'm going to figure out a way to be there. Or I'm going to be calling you and telling you what's up. So I'm not very good at waiting. Neither are any of the other boiler inspectors I know. Ever. So that spinny waiting around thing, yeah, that doesn't work for us. We don't do that. We don't do that well at all. Okay, but enough about that. Hey, guess what? I have forgotten what time Simon, LCS, that is London Calling with Simon, he goes on also on Saturdays. Saturday is kind of split up. Yes, you will see me tailgating. Mostly it's because people like to come in and kind of relax a little bit, and then when the real show starts, they can jump over. I actually set up so that I'm watching for when the show starts so that I can tell everybody, hey, we're out of here, and boot y'all all out of my show. No, I'm not going to tailgate during the Cane Rod show, though I probably could get away with it. And if anybody wants to know why I started doing this, 2 things. 1, I go on people's live shows and I'm listening in and I'm listening to the conversations. And they'll come across a topic that I actually know something about, and I want to kind of filter that and put what I do know about it out on just that subject. When that happens, you will see me do a special live, and I'm going to tell people about it, and it'll happen. And 2, because I one time started a broadcast about an hour in front of Garbage Man Piper. Everybody knows Mel. Well, Garbage Man Piper comes on. There were 6 or 7 people that were in my live, booted him out, and we all went over and sat with Mel while he did his live. Well, I thought, you know what, this kind of actually works. I'm going to just start. Well, at that point in time, I was calling it a preview show. Come to find out, Mike, our Canadian friend, he calls it tailgating. So I call it tailgating. Howdy, Fraction. How are you? I've got a feeling it's my one interesting person who is trying to troll and say something about dating. Y'all can click on that if you want. If it's something about dating, I'm just going to erase it anyways. Because that's the kind of guy I am. By the way, smoke them if you got them. And if you're still here, be prepared, because the rant is coming. Okay. My rant today is maybe going to touch a few feelings. If you get offended, you chose to get offended. Only date I want is on my casket. Oh wait, I'm not doing a casket, I'm doing cremation. That way I can have a smoking hot body one more time in my life. Old people. I went to Walmart this morning to finish up my Thanksgiving. And I get on a aisle with nobody on it. This is the kind of aisles I like. Well, up ahead of me, two old people turn. One's on one of those carts, and one's walking beside them. A couple seconds later, two old people come into the lane behind me. One on one of those carts and one walking beside them. They come to the point where I am trapped in between the four of these people, and they start a staring contest. If you're going to start a staring contest at Walmart, no, go home to your old folks' home or your own home. Do it from there. You do not need to go to Walmart and trap somebody who's bigger than you and meaner than you into a damn aisle in between you. If you want to do that, be prepared, because I'm going to say some bad words to you. In fact, what I said to this group of four was, why don't y'all just start fucking right here so I can get the hell out of here? And they looked at me like as if I had just slapped each one of them. But they were trapping me. They were staring at each other and not at the aisle. Either say excuse me and go around, or get the fuck out of my way, because if you want to stay in my damn way, I'm going to run your ass over. Now, I don't want to run old people over. They've worked really hard to be who they are and where they are. But you don't need to trap me in. Trapped me is not a nice me. I'm not a nice person. I don't need to be a nice person. And when you just want to stand there and act like a dumbass, I'm going to call you on it. And yes, little blue pills, make sure that old people got plenty that they can do with what they were doing. People want to be upset with me, that's fine. Also, on the way back from Walmart, because this must have been old person day, I have no hellacious clue what in the hell happened. If you're going to drive 5 miles an hour under the speed limit, don't do it in the fast lane. Get over in that slow lane where people are stopping to turn and this, that, the other. Don't drive slower than the people in the slow lane if you're in the fast lane. Get out of that lane. If you need to turn that direction, except for there was no place to turn for about 3 miles. Howdy, Boris. Happy that you could be here just in time to hear me rant. Now, old people, I'm going to say it. I love y'all. Without y'all, I'm probably not here. If you are having issues where you can't drive the speed limit, either stay in that slow lane, which allows people that have things to do, like my frozen turkey and my ham that were steadily defrosting. I'm not asking you to quit driving. I'm just asking for you to think about getting into that lane where people can go past you and around you. And if you don't want to do that, then please remember that you are actually being a hazard. Your job is to not be hazardous. That is what's in the damn rule book when you go to the DPS and you sign up for that driver's license. Your job is to avoid being hazardous. It says so right on the damn test. It's in all the paperwork that you got to fill out. It's the worst part of it, and nobody reads it, but they just check, yes, I agree, and they sign their name to it. But you signed your name to a contract saying you would. How is it hazardous? Lack of speed is just as hazardous as too much speed. You are causing people to have to make unnecessary adjustments. The people who are in the fast lane are normally just trying to go and be out of your way. And if you would let them by, they're not going to be in your way. But if you're just going to sit there and go real slow, but you're going to be in the fast lane, then you've made the decision to be a hazard. On a 3-lane street, there's those who are going slower, those who are driving the speed limit, and those who are going faster than the speed limit. On a 2-lane road, 2 lanes each direction. There is the slow lane and the fast lane. Fast lane is the one that has very few limited options to turn. So it's not the one where you should be applying the brakes very often. That's for the slow lane. The one where you have the option to turn into neighborhoods and shopping stuff. Now, I know this all because I worked for an insurance company, and I had to go through all of these little classes every year, and part of it was about driving safety and everything else. It was just like, oh my God. I don't mind old people driving. I mean, there's some of them that get out there and they post little signs on their car that says, the closer you get, the slower I'm going to go. One of them went to jail for that. He was doing 30 in a 50 zone. 30 in a 50 zone is actually a real hazard. And he wanted to go slower. So I let the police know. I got this dude doing only 30 miles an hour. He's not got the hazards on. I got my hazards on. I'm behind him to try and keep him from getting hurt. There's a way to play that game. Cops came over, pulled him over. Whether he got a ticket or jail, I'm not sure. But I did see his vehicle getting towed. So either he got a ticket and somebody had to come get him, or he got a free ride up to jail. Doing way under the speed limit can get you and the person who hits you killed. There's a reason there's a minimum speed limit on most American freeways. Now they have a maximum speed limit also, but if you are doing less than 20, or if you're doing 20 miles an hour or under and you're on the freeway, you're actually legally liable to get off the freeway for your own safety and for that of everybody else. What people don't understand is the amount of time, distance, and space that it takes to actually recognize and slow down, and if there's a line of traffic, what that can cause that line of traffic to do. It is not necessarily going to be the person who's doing 20 miles an hour under the speed limit that's going to get hurt. But statistics show somebody's going to get hurt. So if you want to be old, fine. I understand. It's part of growing up. You start off really young and you eventually get old if you are lucky to live that long. But if you want to live longer and you don't feel like going in the fast lane with the people who are in the fast lane, please move over to the slow lane. Do yourself the favor. It's not worth the ticket. It's not worth then going to DPS and trying to justify what you were doing. It's also not worth what the insurance companies are going to do to you. They're going to raise your rates. They will eventually raise your rates enough that you won't drive. You think I'm lying? Hey, all you got to do is go down the wrong way on parking lots that are set up so that there's little arrows all over the place, and you have to go the wrong way. You basically have to go really the wrong way, and it's kind of obvious. Most parking lots are a no fault, meaning your insurance pays for yours and their insurance pays for theirs. But you go the wrong way in a parking lot, and your insurance pays for both, and your insurance is going to go right through the damn roof because they're going to start going after you as if you are senile. Completely legal in all 50 states, has been for forever. They're going to raise your rates. Oh, and you're going to get a couple of points on your license. Eventually, those points will add up. They will either take your license away by points or they will take it away by price. I'm not trying to be mean. Driving is a responsibility. If you don't want to be the responsible person, then children of older people, have this talk with your older people. And your teenagers. Don't go driving down the wrong direction in the parking lot, because all you're going to do is really jack up your parents' insurance. My son got this information before he ever tried it, so he never tried it. One of his friends didn't get this information and tried it, had an accident, and his parents had to take him off the insurance because their insurance went too high for them to keep him on the insurance. So he couldn't drive until he was 21, because also he couldn't afford his own insurance. So either get a damn good job or get a way better insurance company than you think they do. Hey, I'm not trying to be mean. Again, this is good information. All right, one more piece of good information from the insurance companies. Something they will not tell you. In fact, nobody's going to tell you this, probably except for me. If you have a minor speeding ticket, and by minor I mean that they are not dragging you to jail and impounding your car, and they give you the option to pay the ticket. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, go get deferred adjudication, or go get defensive driving, or this, that, the other. Now, of course, I'm not sure about this working in other countries, but in the United States, all 50 plus their territories, this is a legal trick. Call the court. Ask them how much is going to be the cost for the ticket. Now, the court is hearing, I'm going to just pay it. I don't feel like showing up for court. I can pay it ahead of time and it's settled. It's done. We're done. I don't have to waste my time going to court, right? That's exactly what they're hearing. And they're saying, yeah, we love that option. Why? Because they don't have to pay the judge for the fine. They're just going to take the money in. Awesome. What's better than just taking the money in? Nothing. They're going to quote you a price. You go down and get a cashier's check, a money order, or an actual check, and you write it for $5 over, or you write it for an even amount that is at least $1 over. The reason why you want to go over by at least $1, you know what? You wrote it down wrong. I like to go 5 over because they're like, never mind. It doesn't matter what they're like. Here's the deal. They're going to cut you a check for how much over you sent them. Like I said, round it off. So you go approximately $4.87. It's close enough. I'm pretty sure you get the point, but you want to be at least 100 pennies more than the total. They need to send you a check for any amount over past 99 cents. 99 cents and under, they can actually just throw the change in the envelope and mail it to you. Dangerous, and this is why. Until the books read 0 on both sides of the balance sheet. Howdy, Steph and Skip. So until the balance sheet on both sides of the books reads 0, in other words, you've paid your fine and you've gotten your money back and the check has been cashed. There's the key. So you got caught speeding, you've now sent in extra money. They've cut you a check and sent it to you. Burn the check. Am I crazy? Am I saying just light money on fire? No, you're not lighting money on fire. Let me explain what happens here. Once both sides reach 0, they send to the state that you've been caught speeding, and a point goes on your license, and then that point goes to your insurance company, and your insurance company comes back and raises your rates. 1 point is good for about $25. Each point is worth about $25 per payment. If you're paying 2 times a year, that's $50 for 5 years, because that's how long it takes for a point to roll off. 5 years. 2 times a year, $50 a year for 5 years is $250. Of which you paid $5 to make sure that it never happens. You burnt the check. Check is gone. It's never coming back. Just make sure that it never comes back and can't be cashed. Don't throw it in a drawer and save it for a rainy day. Oh no, because if all of those points suddenly go onto your license, it can be a big stack of cash. If one of your kids finds it and somehow forges a signature, oh no, just as bad. Burn it. Do not ever cash that check. So again, real quick, the rundown. You get caught speeding. You pay the ticket by mail, but you make sure that you use a check, money order or cashier's check, and you send them at least 101 cents more than the actual cost of the ticket. Because the balance sheet will never read 0 on both sides. It says they still owe you, but they're never going to go looking more than just send you that check. They're not going to show up at your door and hand you the money and say, we're legal now. Nope. They're going to send you that check and they're going to wait for you to cash it. And you burn the check. That money is now impossible to ever read 0 on both sides of that balance sheet, so the points never get sent to the state. They never go onto your license. Your license never gets to report those points to the insurance company. The insurance company doesn't get to raise your rates, and you get to keep that $250 that you spent $5 to erase. You can look it up. It is legal, but trying to look up the actual stipulations for this is impossible. I worked for an insurance company. I know the background check that they tried to do on my license with my 3 speeding tickets that I've had in my entire life. They could find 1 of them. The other 2 I took care of in the exact manner that I'm giving you, and I worked for an insurance company that couldn't find it. And they're looking because I did a lot of road miles. In fact, I did around 70,000 road miles every year in a little 4-barrel, most of it in a Suzuki, not a Suzuki, a Subaru. But also I did it in a Ford Fusion. 5.5 years, 70,000 miles like clockwork. Every year. Yeah. Exactly. Nobody wants to use their own checks. So that's why I said go get a cashier's check or a money order. You don't want to just Visa that, because it's only going to take out what they say, and then those points do exactly what I said they'll do. Hey, it's your $250. You're allowed to throw $5 away to keep $250. I think that's good math. And no, not everybody knows the trick. And I am seriously not in familiarization with if that works in foreign countries. I know that that is part of the legal code of the United States of America. So again, just a can to keep my Balkan in while I'm smoking my pound down out of the bag. Please be looking for the Padre Tasting Club. I shall probably be doing it on my blog, which is, let me just type that into chat real quick. Okay, so it's www.pipescigarsreviews.wordpress.com. Yeah, it's ridiculously long. I didn't really think it very well through when I decided to make it, but I kind of figured that it would be a blog site that nobody would go to anyways. I'm still pretty correct about it being a blog site that almost nobody goes to anyways. But I have been reviewing the Country Squire, the course sampler that we have been working on for, this will be the 5th month. Next month will be the last one in that series. And I should be working on getting that the fifth in that series out probably tomorrow, which means later today I will start smoking it. Why am I telling y'all this? In case y'all are wondering what I'm doing for the rest of the day. I've got to smoke 4 bowls. 1 in a clay, 1 in a briar, 1 in a meerschaum, and 1 in a cob. Including this one, that's 5 bowls today. And then I got to take notes on it. And then I got to sit there and review it. And because whether I like it or not, I'm going to review it, I got to make sure that I only put in... That's kind of like selling a cigar. If you're trying to sell a cigar that you don't like, you don't tell somebody you don't like it. You pound about what you do like about the cigar. Oh, that construction is excellent. Those flavors are on point. If you like acids, those are going to be the best ones. Steph and Skip, y'all have a great day. Y'all be careful. If you're still feeling sick, you take extra special care to be careful. Okay. So being that I'm still going to just try to cut this off at an hour. I'm not going to pull a Chad right now. I am trying to still verify that this will run for an hour without having some flaws or craziness. But I'm not going to be on here very long. But yes, I'd like y'all to check out my blog when you feel like it. It will be in the Briar Report full page, or at least it'll eventually be in the Briar Report full page. Once Phil sets it up, I try to get mine in pretty quickly after that. So it's been fun catching back up with y'all. I'm glad I saw each and every one of y'all. I know that I saw Fraction and Steph and Skip and Boris and Kirk and oh, I can scroll down. Cool. All right. Peace Piper and oh yes, of course, Martin. I almost forgot Martin was here earlier. I seriously doubt he was still. Yes, this is the same app that Chad uses. I finally got it to work without having to run it through a computer. What I found out was that I was downloading the version for a computer onto my phone, and I had to go through and jump through a bunch of hoops to actually find the right version. So, yeah. No more Streamlabs because they've basically screwed me twice. I'm not here for getting the third time. And YouTube will only let me have 38 minutes and 48 seconds. Just doesn't seem right. All right. full hour down. As per always. Ladies and gentlemen, shouldn't be any boys and girls in here, so I'm not going to talk about them. Thank y'all for coming by. I appreciate you wasting your time with me today. Hopefully it was somewhat entertaining. Sorry about going off on a rant. If y'all really, really hate me, well, hit that thumbs down button. I don't mind. Not going to change who I am or how I speak. But you're allowed. If you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up button, I'd be appreciative. As always, y'all take care. And because it's me, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care, and I'll see you soon.